Hello everybody, this is Hop to the Hippity Hop bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary, and this is going to be a ZVP on Lost Temple. And my good friend Tyriar here sent me this replay. He sent me a couple replays actually. But since I haven't seen a Protoss for Zerg or casted a Protoss for Zerg in a long time, I decided to do this game, and it's going to be against CaniClimax. Interesting name there, but he's going to be spawning up here as the blue Protoss, and Tyriar is going to be spawning down in the 6 or 7 o'clock position, whichever you like, as the red Zerg here. So yeah, this is going to be a high diamond level replay. Tyriar just got in diamond, I think in this game, I'm not sure which game, but from now on he's actually been in diamond for quite a bit now, and he's a good player, so there's a little chit chat going on. And yeah, I haven't actually seen too many of Tyriar's games, but from what I know, he's a pretty good player. Solid player indeed. And let's just see what these players are going to be going into. Nothing too fishy right now. He's just going to be droning up until he gets a good number of drones. A little slipping a little bit in the macro there, but that is going to be just fine. They're just going to be scouting each other out. And yeah, a couple announcements. First off, at my school, I'm actually going to be hosting a tournament just among the people in our floors. It's only going to be a 10-person tournament, and we're just going to do it just for fun to see if we can do it. And maybe, if this tournament turns out to be fun and we get a lot of people that do show up, or a lot of spectators that want to watch, I might opt to do a school-wide tournament at my university. And hopefully, maybe like, if I can get the school to sponsor it, we can have a prize pool going as well, because I'm sure there are a lot of great players at our school. They just haven't publicly proclaimed that they play StarCraft. So, that'd be nice if I could get something like that going, and I would definitely end up casting those games as well. Most likely, maybe semifinals and finals games. Nothing too crazy, but if I do see a crazy game in the midst of the tournament, I will most likely definitely cast a game. That game, of course. But yeah, for the time being, looks like CaniClimax. I'm just going to call him Cani. Cani is going to be doing something pretty standard here, getting his gateway as well as a cybernetic score, so nothing too fishy, as well as being on gas. Tyriar here just getting his spawning pool as well as his extractor, and he is going to be opting to get this expansion. Unfortunately, this probe is being kind of annoying, but he doesn't look like he's going to be doing anything. Actually, Tyriar doesn't really have enough minerals. Now he does, so now he's going to be grabbing that expansion. Unfortunately for Cani, he could not stop that. So not really delaying the expansion too much, so that is a good thing. Tyriar actually isn't opting to get the speed upgrade just yet. He is actually, in fact, getting that queen first, which is good for spawning larvae. You really do need that queen to spread the queep. When did it turn to a 3-year-old? The creep. I like this overlord placement by Tyriar, so you can see like any enemy units coming in. Another good spot is right here, especially at your enemy base. If you put an overlord here, what will happen is you'll be able to see when the expansion is going up as well as when the army is moving out. So that is really nice to do. Tyriar actually got a drone in here, snuck a drone, so very crafty here. Nice job actually. He's going to be able to scout here if he keeps this drone alive. Oh, but the stalker is going to be here to finish off that drone. Unfortunately, it is not going to be surviving. And a proxy pylon going up right at the gold. Nice placement here because you can actually warp in units on the ledge and reinforce an attack. And from the looks of it, we might be seeing a 4-gate. Could be a 3-gate robo into an expansion. But we'll just have to see here. But he really is chrono boosting that warp gate out. So my assumptions, yep, there it is. It's going to be a 4-gate. Nice job really hiding his gateways way from the front, making sure that Tyriar will not be scouting that. So Tyriar does have that early expansion. He really needs to do some kind of scouting, maybe throw in a sacrificial overlord. Really at the 6-minute mark is when you should be scouting. And what I like to do with my overlord is I actually like to bring him right into this area if my opponent is here, and then just slide him in through the base to see what he has. And yeah, actually, whoa, 5 gates going up. So this is actually going to be a 5-gate push from the looks of it. And Tyriar really, if he does not see this, and the Zergling is coming up, but he's not going to be able to spot this. If Tyriar does not spot this, he's going to be going down very fast. What Tyriar really needs is a bunch of spine crawlers, as well as roaches, really to hold this up. And there goes that roach warren, pretty much finished, as well as Zergling speed. But Tyriar is looking okay, yeah, putting up a spine crawler, so that's a very good thing to do. But he just doesn't see this, so a push, it looks like it's going to be coming out pretty soon. My computer is lagging a little bit, having a Zergling in the back here, but it's going to be quickly killed off, denying that scouting. So good job by Cani going to kill off that Zergling. And unfortunately, my computer is going to be lagging just a bit. So it looks like Kenny is actually not opting to expand. I thought he was going to be expanding, but instead he's going to be opting to move out. And nice job spreading that creep already. So Kenny will be able to see when units will be warping in here. But oh, whoopsie, my bad. But Tyriar only has one spine crawler, and this is going to be pretty dangerous. He really doesn't have many forces. He has quite a bit of Zerglings out now, but against this number of sentries as well as stalkers, he's going to be in a bit of trouble here. He really needs to get those roaches out, and perfect time in getting those roaches out just in time. I think he may just have enough to hold this off. Maybe throwing a couple more spine crawlers would be advantageous, as you can see. But CaniClimax is actually just warping in a bunch of sentries. That's actually a lot of sentries. If Tyriar actually does opt to put roaches on the high ground, that could be very good for Tyriar, sniping off maybe a couple sentries. But it doesn't look like Tyriar is going to be opting to do that. Instead, he's definitely going to be on the defense here, as Kenny is going to be moving in. Spine crawlers taking a couple pokes, and oh, nice force field actually blocking off the forces. And all these Zerglings are possibly going to die, and Tyriar's in a lot of trouble here. Really needs to spawn a little bit more roaches. And 10, as you can see here, 10 more roaches are coming out. Kenny actually not producing anymore, so this attack should actually be reinforced. But I think Tyriar is actually going to have enough, maybe, to push back the army. Note that Kenny did opt to get a bunch of sentries, so this army actually isn't too strong. If he got more zealots and stalkers, it probably would have been more effective. But now Tyriar actually does have a pretty critical number of roaches, and that is a bunch of roaches. If he's able to hold this back, Tyriar will be able to easily counterattack, and those force fields actually leaving a hole for the roaches to slip through and do a lot of damage. And those are some those force fields were not the greatest, and Tyriar is going to be able to quickly go through and break that down. Looks like he is focusing down the stalkers as well, which is one thing you definitely should do if you're going to be microing your roaches. You definitely want to take down one unit at a time, not spreading out the damage. Moving up his spine crawler, as well as spotting a couple more Zerglings to get a nice surround on those stalkers, and the stalkers are going to be surrounded, easily going to be killed off by the roaches. So nice job there surrounding the stalkers with those Zerglings. Nice play there, really. And now the Robo Bay is going to be going up, and during this time, Kenny actually, I don't think he was actually reinforcing too well. Finally killing off that proxy pylon as well. And as you can see on the production tab, looks like Tyriar is going to be on the counter offensive right now, moving in for the kill. And Kenny really doesn't have anything. He actually does have these sentries, so they are going to be easily able to block off the front with those force fields, as well as having a stalker, and as well as morphing in stalkers as well. Warping in stalkers. Excuse me. I always get mixed up with morphing and warping. Protoss can't morph. They gotta warp in units. Anyways, this pylon is going to be going down, unfortunately. I don't think that's going to set him back at all. Nope. And yeah, actually, Kenny might be in a little trouble here. If he does not force field correctly, Tyriar actually has to be careful not to commit all his forces up here. And I think what Tyriar right now is trying to do is bring his Zerglings up to maybe bait the sentries to using force field and wasting that energy, which actually would have been kind of nice. But Kenny actually being smart enough not to use it. So good move on his part. Looks like a Warp Prism coming in, so some Warp Prism play coming. I haven't seen Warp Prism play in a while, so that's going to be interesting. Tyriar does have the advantage with 39 Harvesters, so he is going to be way up there in the income, doing a little bit better than Kenny. And Kenny is going to be pretty far behind right now. He doesn't really have an army, but what he does have is a nice little blockade here. And it looks like 4 stalkers are going to be warped in, but I don't think this really is going to be doing much. It looks like Tyriar is opting to get that Hydra Den as well, which is extremely crucial against Protoss vs Zerg. Because Hydras just do so much damage to gateway units, and that's pretty much all Kenny has. He really needs to get those Colossi out, if anything, to deal with those Hydras, and the problem is he hasn't really decided to expand, so Kenny is actually going to be pretty far behind. And this drop, in all honesty, probably won't be doing that much. It really maybe pick off a couple of drones, but yeah, I don't think this was the greatest play. He is actually warping in a lot of stalkers though, so that's actually a pretty good play right there. And Tyriar, let's actually just see what he's going to be doing about this. You could actually just put an overload right here and maybe make a couple of spine crawlers on the side. That's one way to deal with it. A pretty easy way to deal with it, but For the time being, looks like the roaches are going to be coming up to intercept this warp prism. And yeah, wow, I actually did not know you could warp units up here. Maybe not. I don't think you can. Yeah, you're probably not allowed to warp units up here. That'd be kind of way too cheap, in fact, if you ask me. And yeah, just picking off the extractor, so not too big of a deal. The Hydras are now out. I think the upgrade is up as well. Nope, the upgrade isn't up, but once that upgrade comes up, these Hydras will have +1 range, which will easily be able to deal with these Stalkers. But still, from the looks of it, Kenny is not looking to expand anytime soon. He's just on one base so far. And if you look on the Harvester tab, he is not producing any Harvesters as well, so Tyriar is pretty much way in the lead here, looking really good and really strong. And these roaches are not roaches, these Stalkers really aren't doing that much, just picking off a couple of drones. Tyriar, all he has to do is make sure his drones stay on this side. Actually warping in a couple of Zealots, but really that is not going to do much, because there are a lot of Hydras. Those Hydras are going to be easily able to take care. Look how fast these Zealots go down. Hydras just do such a ridiculous amount of damage. One Hydra is going to be picked off, and looks like a counteroffensive is going to be happening once again by Tyriar, going in with those roaches. And if Kenny isn't watching, he won't be able to wall this off, actually just making a bunch of Zealots at the front wall, but they're going to be easily killed by the roaches. Nice force field though, actually closing in a couple of the roaches. But, oh, nice, getting a couple of roaches in and up, and he's going to be opting to snipe those sentries, and if those sentries do go down, this whole army is going to be free to reign in the base of Kenny. And looks like all the sentries did go down, so now the roaches are coming in, and this Protoss base has been busted. Nice job by Tyriar actually breaking in here. This warp prism play really, I don't think was the most effective, and this warp prism could go down. They are like paper planes, and all the Harvesters are going to be taken down. So nice play by Tyriar, really defending that 5 or 4 gate, whatever the heck it was. I think it was a 5 gate. Yeah, defending that 5 gate. But even when not aware of the rush, when the rush was coming, he was still able to defend that. Seeing the army, proper scouting, having a Zergling in the front as well as on the watchtower. Something was just on my throat. But proper scouting really allowed him to get those roaches out so fast, because Zerg are able to produce units so fast. And as you can see, Tyriar is just producing a ton of Zerglings. So great play by Tyriar. Good reaction time really is what the key was to this battle, to this game really. Tyriar saw that a huge force was coming, so he did in fact make one spine crawler as well as a bunch of roaches that came out just in the nick of time to save his expansion. Nice counteroffensive as well. So good play by Tyriar as well as CaniClimax, showing you how to do the 5 gate. So thanks again, guys. This is just one of the few games that Tyriar sent me, and for the next couple of days, I might be a little busy, so there might not be too many videos, but I'm gonna do my best to get as many out as I can. But for the time being, guys, this is HopStarCraft, and I'm gonna be hopping off.